Welcome. Here we are, we're back again. Here's war number 2. I am playing big time catch up because I think we've had 9 wars right now and I haven't posted a single video. So you guys are going to kind of be getting a lot in these coming days. Alright, but here we are, war number 2 against Next. I think we did lose war number 1 against Salty. I'll try to remember to include that screenshot. But you know, like I said, I'm trying to rush through these, so it may or may not. Just take my word for what happened. Alright, first up we have Warlock versus Chee on this node. Okay, don't ask me why, I probably got distracted. But what you want, if you're using Warlock here, what you want to do is not throw any specials, because all of Warlock specials place debuffs on the opponent, and if Chee cleanses any debuffs, then yeah, you're going to she's going to get that damage reflection up, and you know, it's going to be not a fun time. So I was curious, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to use a Warlock, and this girl has over 400k health. But you know, hey, we're hitting pretty hard. So after I saw how much damage I did in my first 5-hit combo, I wasn't too worried. But yeah, like I said, you don't want a heavy, you don't want to parry, you don't want to inflict debuff since she already has the cleanse buff, and you don't want to throw SP 1, 2, or 3, and I'm pretty sure the vision relic I have puts a debuff, so I don't want to use that either. It's just like straight damage, raw hands, nothing else. Your lights and your mediums. But as you can see, we're just baiting out SP 1. We could go to SP2, like, you know, it's really like 2 dexes. If you're far enough, just 1. You really just like dexing when the bird throws wings up, but we're just, like I said, AW, we're just gonna play safe. We're not trying to be, you know, too egotistic or whatever. It's like, cool, if it was in BGs, yeah, of course, I'd be pushing BGs, I'm trying to get faster fight time, so I'd be pushing her to SP2, baiting that out, whatever special she throws. Here, slow and steady, I'm just here to play safe, I'm here to not die, because, you know, that War 1, that Maestro fight, completely avoidable. But as you can see, we're like 2 minutes in, she's nearly gone. Shout out to Jason for apparently ranking up Patriot. Guys, go check out the video. And yeah, so Chee is like nearly gone, and there we go. Don't think, you know, we took like a block hit here and there, so we lost 1% of our health. But overall, you know, fight went pretty well. SP1's easy to get out of, easy to dex. You know, if you dash in at the wrong time and she throws the SP1, you do have time to like dash out. So here we are against this Kindred with an Aggression Fury node. That's the only node I remember from this node, because I've taken it a couple times so far this season. And we're using Deathless She-Hulk, which I haven't used her since my first season with C.Av, so it's nice to bring her back again. You know, she's fun, people. You know, the goal here is mainly to be aggressive, to keep his Aggression Furies in check, and, you know, punishing his specialists. So don't ask me, I'll probably cut this out in editing. I'm already editing a lot, so probably not. But hey, we'll just enjoy the time for right now. Because, like I said, this was war number 2, so it's like 2-3 weeks ago. And I cannot remember at all what I was doing during this moment. But something came up. And depending on how long this goes, I might cut this out. Then you guys are going to miss all my nice commentary in the background. Now, I do see this is Barrelman's Kindred. Alright, so now we're back in action. He's rocking the Battlegrounds title. Like I say, the scariest thing here is Aggression Fury. So ideally the plan here is just, you know, punish Kindred specials. He should be throwing them pretty freely with all the trauma She-Hulk places. And we don't want him throwing heavies, power draining himself, and then, now we got to deal with more charges. And, already just starting off bad. It's like, okay, we got hit by that. Now we're at 50 of whatever his charges are called, and we're degenning. And, it's like I did get a hit in just to kind of keep that aggression fury in check. Because I'm sitting here and I really don't know if the fury stack, am I taking more degen or not? But hey, now we're getting back in the groove of things. Push them to SP2. Easy to punish. As long as he's quit throwing heavy and actually throws the SP2. Okay, so he finally throws it. And we just go for a throw special to push him back to SP2, After that first SP1 mishap, you can see we already lost like a good chunk of our health already. Okay, so we get our SP1 little punish back, and now we're getting back in our rotation. Like I said, right now I'm just like, I'll just push him to SP2, play it a bit safer, and we'll just go from there. So we haven't really taken any like big major damage since that first mishap, and we are keeping his charges in check. So at this point, with how low his health is, we're going to hold our special until we get rooted when he hits the 5%. And then we'll fire the special and be free. And since we went rooted, we managed to actually build a SP3. So we'll fire that to get out of our root phase. And once this ends, the burst damage should take him down. That is not financial advice. Like I said, I'm just trying to get these out. Next war video, I'll have my do not disturb on. Alright, but hey, we survived. That is our goal. Now, I don't know if I have another Deathless She-Hulk fight, but if I do, then, I get upset with myself when I'm like, oh, I gotta use potions. Like, people are just having conversations. Okay, let's pause. Alright, we're back. Now, there are no more notifications coming in. Unless work calls me, they'll get through. But in the meantime, we have Deathless Thanos versus Arcade. Even though we just looked at the nodes, I don't remember what the nodes were, but hey, you get that goofy message from Kabam if you sat there and waited too long to enter a fight. And so at this point, I'm like, wait, that was just a message, right? Don't tell me I didn't fight and I got an attack bonus loss. So I'm like, I already got a death in War 1. Okay. I still see 3, so I'm like, okay, I check again just to be sure. I'm like, okay, are they sure? I think I'm safe. So we go in. I did see there was, fisticuffs on this node. So because of that timeout thing at the beginning, I just went ahead and applied an invulnerability boost. I have plenty of them. I think I even had one expire or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just take that as a sign. Just apply the boost and go from there. So for the first 20 whatever seconds, 30 seconds I think, no champion can apply buffs or debuffs to themselves. And luckily with Thanos, we have a passive stun off our heavy attack. And hey, we know how to punish and go off. So I threw the SP1 into his block because I didn't want to get pushed to SP2, only because I want to be able to gain my fury when the SP2 is over with. And thinking now that I applied the invulnerability boost, I could have actually just pushed this guy to SP3 and not worried about baiting out these small specials, But anyway, we can easily parry, so no worries there. We're going for a heavy into our SP1. Now we're up to 5 fury, and from here we just pretty much melt. Just let him hit our block, counter punch, attack, heavy. And that's about as textbook as it gets. Actually, I really don't mind fighting arcade. Like, if you've seen the video, Stun Immune arcade, One Eye Reflection, whatever arcade. Yeah, it's like I don't respect arcade as a defender. I'll say it. I think when he first came out, it was like, okay, cool. Though this guy's kind of tricky. And then after, I feel like I fight arcade every single war. I stopped respecting arcade as a defender. Okay, so I think what I actually did make sure my masteries were what I wanted for this fight. Ibom here, he definitely can be annoying with all the power gain, and plus he gains buffs himself. So the big thing here is if your opponent is running willpower, you're gonna have a fun time with Warlock, since once you get your infection, you'll constantly kind of have a power drain going on once Ibom does have a poison debuff on himself. So my first thing to do is I build to 20 charges, see if my opponent is running willpower. And seeing that they are being power drained, that tells me this guy places defender with willpower. But ideally, if they're not running willpower, what you want to do on this node is push Ibon to special 2. That way he gets his acid cloud going, and he'll start to eat up poisons or whatever. But since after that first SP2, yeah, he's fine with throwing SP1s. Like I said, they're running willpower, so we're going to be constantly power draining him. I did mean to throw an SP2, but I got caught up in the moment. So I'm pretty sure at this point I'll just alternate combos like light, medium, medium, light, medium. So I don't want him to gain the prowess and the puncture and say like I block an SP2 and take a bunch of block damage. So we're avoiding that. That's why you'll see me alternate my combos here. And shout out to the invulnerability boost we applied the last fight kicking in. I actually had to remember not to throw a heavy there. Hey, so far so good. It's alternating combos, every other combo is a heavy attack. And in the event, if you ever forget that I throw a heavy attack or end it with a medium, just always start with a light attack. Light, medium, light, medium. Like, that's just a safe way to go. Like, if you ever lose track, you can just reset yourself that way. But as you can see, the fight's going along pretty well. We're controlling, we're maintaining things. We're not jacked up in the corner. Fight would have been faster. Like, yeah, sure, I could have threw the SP3 and tried to get back to an SP2. Or if I would have thrown the SP2 from the get-go, yeah, we would have been fine. But like I said, fight's very manageable. Later in the season, you guys will see me taking ibom here with no willpower on that defender, and you'll see the difference. But I think, funny enough, I think I finished with more health, and I might finish the fight quicker. Well, I do throw SP2s during that one, so hey. Alright, so we've survived with our Warlock fight. And I think I have a mini boss fight here. Okay, this Power Start one, I think I have to fight Lumitrix with Thanos. Never mind, I'm using this green boost. Okay, so never mind, I lied. We're fighting Destroyer with Deathless She-Hulk, so... what nodes do we have here? Rich Get Richer and Footloose. Okay, cool. So I do know one of my teammates gave me Odin pre-fights here. And I think the goal is just SP2s. Whichever one of She-Hulk's specials actually applied to Wither. There, I got a notification because when I finally started this fight, so I made sure during my war fight to go ahead and put the, what was it called? Do Not Disturb on.
You want apple pie and ice cream?
Alright, and we're back in the middle of this war again. I had to pause that for a moment. And like I said, we're not going to start this over because I got a lot of stuff to get done. So, thanks to the Odin pre-fights I got from the teammate, because of the Rich Get Richer node, She-Hulk is gaining power, and we do get our Wither up. So, you know, the Wither's there to kind of keep the Destroyer's power gain in check. And from there, we just pretty much just constantly spam SP2, bait out his specials. He does get his whole, what are the things called? Because he has Footloose, so he goes unstoppable and gets the evade icon, or buff, or whatever. So, because of that, we're not too worried if we lose all of the charges we have with She-Hulk. We just know that, hey, the fight is going to go down. Those power back boosts are really helping because we're able to get off a bunch of SP2s with a bunch of giant hits. And one more SP2 should wrap things up, assuming he even survives that long. But it looks like we are back at SP2, so we fire it to end it, and there we go. Now, I think that is my last fight for this war, based off the time, yeah. So, we're 2 wars down, and unfortunately, we did not win this war. We had a rough start to the season, you know, after the big thing season, and then just getting back adjusted to the old war format. Yeah, the first 2 wars were kind of tough, or at least losses. But I think this one was pretty close. I can't remember. But tune in, guys, because we still have like 6-7 more wars to go, so they'll be coming out shortly. Thank you.